He speaks of fire. It's a fire that both burns away what is false, and yet it brings healing to those who fear the Lord. He promises that the Son of Justice will rise with healing in its rays. Not just poetic language, not just a threat, but a promise. Because the same God who purifies also restores. This fire of God doesn't only destroy sin, it refines the heart. The prophet isn't leaving us in fear, he's giving us hope. Hope for hearts that might have grown cold, a little. Maybe relationships that have become fractured. Sometimes our service work becomes rote and routine. All of these can be restored. In the next chapter, Malachi will promise that God would send one who restores the hearts of fathers to their sons and sons to the fathers. And yet this is the work of every disciple. It's especially the work of the deacon to be a living sign of love that gives life, that refines, and that restores. As a deacon today, I accept this ministry, not only at the altar, but also in our home, in workplaces, and in the hidden corners of life, where hearts might have drifted a little, where service might have grown tired, and where faith needs rekindling. The fire of God, brothers and sisters, that we speak of is not simply meant to wreck us. It's meant to wake us up, to stir us all into new life, to turn hearts back towards the Father and towards one another. The second voice of St. Paul, he surprises us because he's really just talking about work. Quiet, steady, faithful, and sometimes hard work. He says, we wanted to present ourselves as a model for you. Night and day we worked, so as not to be a burden. It's a concrete invitation that faith must become work, belief must become action, and the work of restoration for each one of us must be a habit. Yesterday, Bishop David, placed the book of the Gospels in all the newly ordained. And he said these words, receive the gospel of Christ whose herald you have become. Believe what you read, teach what you believe, and practice what you teach. St. Paul is not calling us to grand gestures, but to faithful presence. In the daily, humble, unseen moments where love really becomes an action. This is the heart of the diaconate, to let restoration happen not simply in fiery moments, but in the quiet rhythm of prayer, of service, and of perseverance. For Paul, holiness is more about consistency than it is about intensity. It is a call to each one of us. Restoration is never solitary, it always involves another. It's the work of many. We are a family, so we're tasked to build this kingdom together. The final voice is Jesus himself. He's standing at the temple and he's looking at all its beauty and its grandeur. He says, all you see here, the days will come when there will be not left a stone upon another. It's shocking, especially to the hearer of the day, because the temple was the center of everything. But Jesus isn't just predicting chaos simply to frighten us. He's revealing that even the most glorious of structures might fall, but the kingdom of God will endure and last forever. It may appear as a vivid, even troubling picture. We heard of destruction, signs, and persecutions, division. It reads like an end times text. Indeed, we are at the end of a liturgical year, the threshold of a new liturgical time, and we might feel the tension of new beginnings. That tension Jesus speaks into today, and he says, do not be terrified. You will give testimony. By your perseverance, you will secure your lives. That is at the heart of every vocation in this church. The light of Christ doesn't spare us, brothers and sisters, from the fire. It purifies us through it. For every disciple, every priest, every deacon, every parent, every child, every believer in this place, the call remains, don't give up. Persevere. Persevere in love. The church doesn't sugarcoat the brokenness of the world, nor does she have us in despair. She's calling us to vigilance and to faithfulness, to hope, because the day of the Lord isn't simply a day of reckoning, it's a day of restoration. So as this liturgical year ends, we hear both a warning and a promise. The world, as we know it, is passing away, but Christ remains the same yesterday, today, and forever, glorious. And in him, all things and all people are made new. So as we stand in this in-between place, between what is dying, let us believe that we are hoping for what is born again. Under this dalmatic that's still slipping, the deacon's stole, it just rides across my heart. It's not a sign of rank, but of readiness. Readiness to wash feet, readiness to serve here at the altar and beyond this place. Readiness to bring Christ to life wherever there's darkness. To go where the fire of God's love is needed most, to the margins, to the wounded, to the searching. But it is not simply my mission. It belongs to you too. Today we're all being called to build bridges that strengthen, to bring light that heals, and to help all hearts be restored to the Father. It's not easy. It will take hard work and perseverance, and we can't do it alone. But with God's help and with the support of one another, we can become the saints